Girl Boy Child is part of the National Public Programme Prejudice and Pride, where we've been looking at shining a spotlight on lesser known queer or LGBTQ histories. We've been delving into the closets of National Trust properties and finding engaging new ways of telling those stories and making them resonate with contemporary audiences.
I got approached by Professor Richard Sandow from University of Leicester Museums Department, and he asked me if I would create a performance. And if you're going to do a performance, you've got to find a way to entertain. And the only way to do that is to find out as much as possible. So I set about finding a way to create this performance, and Girl Boy Child is the outcome of that. The game.
I think we've found that performance is a really powerful way to convey these stories. And then when you actually host the performance in the historic sites, it's incredibly powerful to be able to experience and understand that story where it actually happened. The research, the historic setting, the really rich visual material which underpinned it, finding music which matched and set that all together. And what it does is create a really immersive, holistic way of experiencing these stories.
A child, a child.
There are three characters in Girl Boy Child. The girl is Christopher St John, who was born Christabel Marshall, and she spent most of her adult life living in a ménage à trois down at Small Hythe in Kent. She just very bravely stood up for who she was. She lived her own life. She claimed her sexuality and made some great work.
Forbidding as night shadows cast by oak and elm, mounted police menace the access to Westminster Palace.
The boy in Girl Boy Child is William John Banks, who inherited Kingston Lacy down in Dorset.
William John Banks is Regency, polymath, Lawrence of Arabia type adventurer, and banished from the country for cottaging in Westminster Abbey Yard and Green Park.
He had to go into exile for the rest of his life. He missed his family, he missed his house. The house you see today is a direct result of his exile for his sexuality.
The day after tomorrow I shall set off. Venice, Verona, Paris, and on occasion, Calais to Studland Bay, for dawn on Sunday, and away by nightfall. Blessed be the eccentricity of some English laws.
The child in Girl Boy Child is the 5th Marquess of Anglesey.
Heir to the 4th largest fortune in the country, 5th Marquess of Anglesey, spent the first 8 years of his life in France, and then came back here, inherited the 4th largest fortune in the country and burned through it in a ludicrously short space of time.
His father sent him to be in the Fusiliers, and he was more interested in what they were wearing than what they were doing. He built a theatre here and created his own theatre troupe.
He was flamboyant, he was extravagant. Hasn't everybody always wanted to think, I wish I could go out there and just buy what I want and just do as I want and be myself.
I'm not a big jewellery person, but my goodness me, solid diamonds, everything was just like light coming out of it.
In the end, he's kind of the star of the show.
When things settle in 2 or 3 years from now, I shall return to my theatre once more. Misfortunes are only temporary. They can soon be repaired. I like this place, this climate. Nothing is settled. I drive and do...
Working with the National Trust has been really central to this project, so it's been highly collaborative. The ideas, the histories, these are the people that really know about the histories and the sites that we've been exploring, so that's been really, really central.
What we're trying to do here, we're trying to cater for the different audiences and let everybody know that we are open, we are there to trying different things, We will be pushing boundaries. Some things we'll get right, some things we may not, but we'll have had a go and we'll have been inclusive for everyone.
Places of heritage, culture can do a lot more for changing behaviours and supporting people to see things differently. And if we start telling the truth about where these houses come from and who lived in them, it's a good way of starting
Who
that.
we are.
There's a long way to go still, really, and this project as a whole has in many ways scratched the surface, and it's been fantastic to be part of bringing these lesser known stories to life. But there are many, many more, and some of those stories still need to be unearthed and revealed and shared to the public. I think we're on the start of a journey about bringing those out and sharing them more publicly.
Reflection.